Hey guys, so now we have gotten several unit that does several things, but with the goal to increase the overall damage. So for example, we have character that does follow attack like Kadash, and we have Core who does preemptive attack. We will be getting, or in fact we already have like Papalimo, but we will be getting Arciela who does additional damage. So who's better, right? So we only can bring, like if we have a DPS, then we only can bring another 2 units that will help boost the overall damage. And who is better at covering that role? So in this video, I've done some calculations. So if you want to know, then and to plan your pools, then do watch until the end. And this is my basis of calculation, so if you're not interested in this, then just skip this entire part. But basically here I assume that I'm using Cloud and I'm using Deuce, and I have a third slot unit that can be any of this unit, Noctis, Core, Wise. And with their BT, HP damage limit up, and how much HP dumps that they do based on their follow attack or preemptive attack. So like Anacro and Arciela is not based on HP dumps because they do Anna rounds up the number, means boosting damage, and Arciela give through damage, additional damage, likewise. Then I calculated their HP damage limit separately for Cloud and for Noctis, Core, and Wise, for example. And after that, I calculate how much HP dumps that Cloud will do with the HP dumps that these third slot unit will do, and I total it up. So the damage at the end, that is a total damage, and I split the calculation based on with and without Rain's call, because like character like Kais and Fujin, they make the entire team able to launch, so they have the advantage of giving additional damage due to launch wall damage. But now if you use a Rain's call comparatively with other characters, Kais and Fujin will not be giving as much additional damage as other characters, so I factor that in. If you want to know more on my calculation, then you can ask in the comment section, or if you think that I've done something wrong here and needs to be corrected, so please do tell me. So this is the ranking if we exclude launch, right? So you can see if we're just dealing 16 HP dumps, Cisne is at number 1, and we have Kais at number 2 and Fujin at number 3. And then Wise is at number 4 and Dorgan is at number 5. So I'm just listing the top 5, but basically there's 9 characters in this list. Then if I increase the HP dumps, so assuming this, you can assume like this is no longer Cloud, but I still use the HP damage limit of Cloud. So assuming that he have a rework and his HP dump increases, then Cisne is still at number 1, Kais, Fujin, Wise, and Dorgan, which is the same. Now, if I increase it to 24, then the listing or the ranking changes. So Cisne, Kais, Fujin, Wise, and now Anna is in the picture. So Dorgan is no longer in the picture. So the reason for that is now due to the skill up in HP dumps, character like Anna, which boosts the damage of each HP dumps, now get a high advantage over characters that does specific HP dumps in their follow attacks. So Dorgan here, I assume he's just doing 1 image slash, so it is constant that no matter how many HP dumps the main character do, which is like Cloud in this case, he will still be doing 6 HP dumps. So the additional damage that he do doesn't scale as well as Anna, because Anna, every single HP dump, he will be boosting up that damage. So this is just a description on the result. Like Cisne just have too many HP dump, which is why she is still at the top. Unit that allowed DPS to launch, like Fujin and Wise, Kais, makes a big difference. Dorgan is 6 HP dump, but if you have like Sephiroth Iris, then he does 12 HP dump, and actually he does even more than Cisne because his armor has higher HP damage limit. But one thing to consider is that if you really want to maximize your damage, then you might want to bring two of these units like Cisne and Kais, or Wise and Cisne, you know, or Asiela and Kadash, right? But if you are using Dorgan and you want double image slashes, then Sephiroth and Iris, but both Sephiroth and Iris doesn't do follow-up attacks, right? So there's a limitation there in terms of theme that Dorgan will not be as good as Cisne in that sense. Wise, additional 10% additional damage does scale with HP dump, which is why he is still in the top 5 based on the number of HP dumps. And Arciela, if you look back into the table, she was at number 10 and she got upgraded to 8, right? So the higher the damage that the main attacker do, then the more damage Arciela will contribute to the party. Same as Anna Crow. Core, Noctis, and Kadash doesn't scale with HP dumps, and they are not doing as much as Cisne, so they are lower in the rank. But again, right, this doesn't mean that they are not usable. So the winner here was Cisne, and we have Fujin, Kais, Wise, and Dorgan as the top 5 third slot unit to boost your party's overall damage. Now if we consider launch, so obviously now if every unit can launch, technically Fujin and Kais will go down on the list. But if you look at this, number 1 with 16 HP dumps, Cisne is at number 1, followed by Wise, then Kais, then Dorgan, and Kadash. So Kais is still on top of the list because technically he does 4 HP dump with an additional launch at the end, so it's like additional 6 HP dump. So he does provide additional damage, which Fujin does not. So in this case, he is still in the list of top 5. So number 2, Wise, Kais, Dorgan, and Kadash. If we increase the HP dump to 20, Kadash is no longer in the list, so it's replaced by Dorgan. And finally, if we calculate for 24 HP dump, now Arciela is in the list. From 7, she jumped to number 4. So Cisne, Wise, Anna Crow, Arciela, and Kais. Okay, so again, same reason, those that scale with HP dumps will be a better investment in the long term. And here, Cisne still have too many HP dumps, so she's still at the top of the list. And now since everyone can launch, Fujin and Kais drop lower in rank. With launch unit that scales, they got a higher advantage, and that's why it's Anna and Arciela. One thing to note about Kais is that if you have Rufus or Astot in the list and they naturally overflows when you launch and Rufus and Astos is doing a follow-up attack, they do full damage based on their max brave, right? So like Astos can do 999,000, Rufus as well. So that's like equivalent to 3 or 4 more HP dump in total. So Kais actually moves up in rank to the 2nd or even 1st place. So I didn't do a very specific calculation for that, but Kais is really, really good. So the winner here again is Cisne, but this time we have Anna in the ranks, Wise and Kais and Dorgan. So who should I pull for? So here I do another calculation, assuming that, you know, with time, we will be doing more damage, obviously. So now the average DPS HP dump is about 20 plus, and I assume in the future it will keep increasing. So I do a calculation because I would want to know at which point Cisne will no longer be like D unit, like the top, because technically she does 12 HP dump and is set at that, so she should not scale. While character like Wise, Anna, Kais, Arciela, they scale with number of HP dumps. So I increased the calculation to 44 HP dumps, and only then Anna and Arciela exceeds Cisne's damage. So if you have invested in Anna, then you know in the future when the DPS unit is getting more HP dumps, then Anna is still relevant. And Arciela in that sense as well. But for Arciela case, because the additional damage is 16%, and in fact we have Zazad, I'm not sure his name exactly, but we have Zazad that now have like 30%. So maybe there's a character coming up that even have more in the future. So I mean, if you really like Arciela for that additional HP damage, you may not really get much out of it now, but if we progress, then she will still be useful unless there are units that get more additional HP damage. I mean, more additional true damage. But whatever the case is, yeah, if you just pick any of these two characters or even just one, is more than enough to win the fight within one FR, if not just slightly overflow into HP damage retain. So there is no big requirement like they are a must pull. If you really like those units, they are your favorite, that is the unit that you should go for. At least this era, it is really built for us to be pulling our faith. That's because fight is just, yeah, just too easy at this point. There is also Stealthy, but I did not do the calculation yet, so maybe in 2 or 3 months I will add her into the list so we can have a new top 5 by then. So anyway, I hope this video helps you out to decide on if you want to pull for Arciela or the upcoming units like Cisne. Yeah, for me, Arciela, I'm kind of like on the bench. Cisne is a definite gem for me. Alright, so thanks for watching and have a good day.